ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wang Yunhou, an analyst from CCID Consulting, and I'm really glad to be here today to share with you of our view towards industrial software's market and China's manufacturing. And with the fast development of information technologies, as we have seen every day around our daily lives, we are now entering a new era called the digital economy era. And in this era, we see that data matters more and more important than ever before. And we also see that networks and services are the new form of production. And the softwares are acting as the tools in most of the industries. And these are the trends of our economy and our daily lives. And with this new era comes new concepts. And the industrial internet is one of these concepts. And as we can see, the industrial internet was made up of 4 layers. And the industrial software is an important part of it. And as far as we can see, the industrial software includes 4 parts. The first one is the research and development and design softwares, such as CAD and PRM. And the second one is information management softwares, such as the ERP and the business intelligence, as far as we know. And the third one is the protection control softwares, such as the MES and SCADA systems, which focus on the process of the production. And finally, the embedded software, such as PLCs and FPGA. And when we talk about the embedded software, we only consider the software part of the whole solution. Yeah, and that's what the industrial software means for us. And when we look into the market, we can see that globally, North America and Europe is leading the market. But we also notice that the Asia-Pacific area is growing fast, leading by the growth of China's market. And what lies behind the fast-growing market of China is what we can see from this graph is during past 20 years, China has become a more and more significant player in manufacturing in the world, and it's leading the manufacturing in the world, and it will continue to grow at a fast pace in the future. But what we cannot see from these figures is the enterprises behind this graph. Enterprises such as Sinopec, National Grid, FAW, the CRRC, and these enterprises are the buyer for the industrial software. And why are they paying for the industry software? One of the reasons, I believe, is that Chinese government is dedicated to the intelligent growth of manufacturing. They are encouraging these enterprises with different kinds of policies and with specific targets and objects. It includes the usage, the application of different kinds of softwares, such as ones I mentioned before, such as the R&D and design software and the production control software, as well as the intelligent factory solutions. And under the influence of these policies, China's market has grown at really fast during the past few years. And the market size reached nearly 170 billion RMBs last year, with a growth rate of 16%. And we can see that the growth is leading mainly by the coastal areas, where the economy is relatively developed. And when we look into the segment of the market, we can find that R&D and design softwares only took less than 10% of the market share. But I would say that the value behind this market share is really important, because we all know that how crucial the research and design is for the products. And we also see that embedded softwares is taking more than half of the market share. It shows how Chinese companies focusing more on the hardware than software during their IT investments. And we also see from the right graph that large enterprises are leading the market because it's taking more than half of the market share, more than the medium and the small enterprises combined. And the competition pattern of different segment of industrial software in China is different. So we can see, we just take research and design software as an example here. We can see the graphs on the left is the number from 2018, and the graph on the right is the numbers from 2016. The difference between these two graphs is that we do not take the BIM software into consideration, and we take these graphs as an example to show how foreign companies such as Dassault Systèmes and Siemens, they are leading the market with their advantages in technology and in brand. So basically we see companies such as Dassault Systèmes, Siemens, Autodesk, they are leading the market in China. Domestic enterprises, they are mainly focused on industries such as the military and the aerospace, and they are developing at a fast pace, but they still have a long way to catch up with their foreign competitors, and that's the present of the competition pattern in the market. So the industrial software market is based on the China's manufacturing industry. So we have an overview here to show what the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats lies for the China's manufacturing industry. And we believe that a complete range of industrial categories and the high efficiency of the supply chain systems are the strengths, advantages for our manufacturing. And also, we have one advantage. We have also one advantage is that we can use the emerging technologies faster than Europe and North America. And the weaknesses are the rising cost, of course, for the labor, the energy, and raw materials. And the overcapacity problem is also very important in China now. And in addition, we have weak foundation in the digitalization process because we start late. And the opportunity lies in the emerging industries and technologies, as we all know. And the integration of information technology and manufacturing technology is really important for the future of manufacturing, not only in China, but for all the countries. And the opportunities also comes from the sustainability, because these topics brings about a lot of new industries such as new energy, the air cleaning, the water cleaning, and new energy vehicles, and so on. So finally, the threats mainly comes from the market side, which is influenced mainly by the United States and Europe, because we all know that the products produced in China are mainly sold to these areas. So we have learned about the present of our manufacturing industry. So what about the future? What will be the next big thing for our industry? And we believe that the future lies in these technologies, lies in the integration of these technologies with traditional industries. Because when we talk about digital economy, it's only about two things. One thing is the transformation from traditional industry to the digital one. And the second thing is the development of these new emerging technologies, such as Internet of Things, 5G, and cybersecurities, all of it. And when we talk about the applications of industrial software, in our traditional industries, we cannot help to notice that it has already been used in our everyday life, and especially in our production procedures. As we all can see from yesterday, from these 8 sectors, how the technologies are used in the process of production. We see that intelligent factories built, and collaborative research and design systems or solutions are applied, and the usage of industrial robots and business intelligence based on data analysis. And after all, this is so just the beginning of this digital economy era, and the beginning of the industrial software for China. So we are expecting the market in China to continue this growth in a high speed in the following years, because we have 3 driving factors mainly, and one of them is that the enterprises, the leaders of the enterprises, the CEOs, the CIOs of Chinese companies, they believe that digital transformation is their only way to succeed. And that's really important when they invest in the IT procedures. And the second one, as I have mentioned before, the Chinese government will continue to promote the application of industrial software and to continue to push the intelligent manufacturing all around the country. And the last one is the maturing of these emerging technology, as I have mentioned before. Not only the cloud computing, but also artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. And these new technologies bring new application scenarios and new business modes. And it's really crucial to the development of industrial software. So that's pretty much for my topic today. And I hope you enjoy it. If you have any question, it's welcome to raise the questions. And thank you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wang, for your great presentation.
Thank you.
It's also a great honor, as you just mentioned, the Dassault Systèmes actually leading the market.
Yeah.
We are #1 market share for last many years in China per government and Mr. Wang's report. By the way, it's on the government website. If you everyone can take notes, you can zoom in the website. It's CCID, Industry Software White Paper. Okay,
Yes.
it's on the web. You can have more details from CCID report.
Right.
Actually, the takeaway from the presentation, it's really the industry software is key to put in place intelligent manufacturing to achieve manufacturing transformation toward sustainability. It's happening in China, globally too. It's exciting. We see the momentum we're coming. We have many questions from the audience. Please, let's see the platform, what the question to you is.
Okay, I have seen the question.
Okay. Question number 1, how could China's effort to upgrade its large manufacturing sector bring new opportunity to foreign companies like Dassault Systèmes for sure? Is China fully opening the sector and treating the foreign companies in the same way as Chinese company for those opportunity and the potential in China?
Okay. The transformation and upgrading of China's manufacturing relies on the cooperation of internal and external forces. And during the past 40 years, China has maintained a positive attitude towards the introduction of foreign capital and foreign investment and foreign technologies. And the process of opening up, I believe, is accelerating, because we can see all the free trade zones, the special business economy zones, such as Shanghai, Pudong, and Shenzhen, spreading across China. And it provides more opportunities for the foreign companies, such as Dassault Systèmes, to enter different industries, vertical industries in China, and to bring about new technologies and new applications in different areas. And I believe, especially in the high-end manufacturing sector and industrial software areas, the foreign companies have more opportunities, for example.
Okay, thank you. Let's see the next question. Okay. Can you pull down a little bit, see the next question? Okay. What is your view of sustainable manufacturing in China? Is it already an established practice, or it's an emerging trend? What does it take to achieve sustainable growth in China?
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, sustainable growth has been a broad consensus now in China, and we all know that Chinese government is serious about sustainability, because in local governments they are requested to reduce unit energy consumption each year, and it's even an assessment indicators for the local leaders. So it's really serious. And as a result, what we can see from the market side is the fast growing of environmental protection industries, such as renewable energy, the new energy vehicles. They have drawn great attention, as well as vast investment. And during this process, we also see that finance is acting as a great factor for the sustainability. And we all know that sustainable growth relies on applications in scale. So China has a great market, and China has the government has the will to deliver it. So I think sustainability is one of the most important topics in China in the next few years.
China actually take the ongoing effort in this area and to uplift the sustainability in manufacturing. Let's see the next question from the audience. It's how do you consider the role of software industry to facilitate the shift towards sustainable manufacturing industry software?
Okay, I think that intelligence is really important during the process of sustainable growth, especially in manufacturing. And the industrial software I mentioned before, I think they can benefit the intelligence growth or the sustainable growth in the following three aspects. And the first one is the research and design software. As we all know, they can help the enterprises to consider the whole life cycle of the products, including the recycling and reuse of the products. And the second one is the production control softwares can greatly enhance the efficiency of the production process. It can save the energy, reduce the emission, and make the production process more efficient. And finally, the information management softwares help the people to collaborate during the business process and helps to reduce mass production and to make the products more specific to the need of the customers. And that I think are the three aspects where industrial softwares will contribute to sustainable growth in the future.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. And I also have a question for you. May I? So how do you see Dassault Systèmes contribute to China's manufacturing industry, and how do you benefit your clients in China here?
Okay, thank you very much for this question. Let me give you some number as a proof point. Dassault Systèmes in China, example is the last 12 months, we actually add on 3,660 new logo, which is a new customer, which means leverage Dassault Systèmes technology. They really uplift their capacity and also capability for the industry, sustainability, and also smart manufacturing in this area. So we actually contribute, we are a catalyst and also enabler to uplift the Chinese manufacturing capacity. At the same time, as you can see, we have many customers. We will have a FAW very soon to present to us. We have a CRRC, we have a Guangzhou Auto, Shanghai Auto. Those are the customers actually really lead this trend. And I'm very happy Dassault Systèmes actually in China. We are in China, for China, and with China. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wang, for your great presentation. Thank you. Okay, good.